Hello friends, welcome to the channel Base Your BTech. So let us continue doing electrical question paper. Today we will be discussing about mesh analysis. Okay, this is the question which is carrying 6 marks. Using mesh analysis, determine the currents I1, I2 and I3 in the circuit shown in the figure. Okay, so you can see here that one voltage source is there and 3 loops are there. Also you can see one current source in between 2 loops. So here comes the topic super mesh. So let us try doing this problem. I have copied the figure and let me remind you that in the last class we studied about nodal analysis and there we made use of KCL. So here it is mesh analysis, and for mesh analysis we make use of KVL, which is Kirchhoff's voltage law, and it states that the algebraic sum of all the voltages in any closed loop in a circuit is equal to 0. Okay, so here you can see 3 currents, 3 circulating currents marked in clockwise direction. So let me mark this as mesh 1, mesh 2 and mesh 3. So let us start writing the KVL equation of mesh 1. It is actually got by following the current path, which means here current I1 is flowing in a clockwise manner and it hits the negative terminal of the battery, which means we have to write positive, which means if we are meeting a negative terminal, just go for a positive. If we are meeting a positive terminal, go for a negative. And also here the voltage drop or the voltage available is 24 volt, and remember in KVL equation each term will be your voltage drop. Okay, so here it is 24 volt and the current next passes through the 10 ohm resistor, and since the current flow is like this, it is obvious that here it will be positive and here it will be negative. So the current path is actually hitting the positive side of the resistor, isn't it? So we have to write a negative here. And what's the voltage drop across this 10 ohm resistor? It is simply current into resistor, which means I1 into 10, that is 10 I1. Okay, next in this loop, okay, only focus about on this mesh 1, okay, and this current I1 is next getting into the 40 ohm resistor, which means current is now going from upside to downside, and obviously here it will be positive and here it is negative. So again when we meet up a positive here, go for a negative. And what is the voltage drop across this 40 ohm? It is simply 40 ohms into current through it. But here there is a trouble, which means here you can face or here you can see 2 currents, isn't it? I1 and I2. Also we are focusing on mesh 1. So let us assume that I1 is dominating. Okay, so I1 is much more greater than I2. Okay, because we are focusing on mesh 1. So let us write here as I1 minus I2. Okay, so thus we have completed every components in mesh 1, that is 1, 2, 3. 3 terms we have got, and let us equate it to 0. So this is the expression, KVL expression for mesh 1. Okay, simplifying. So this is the simplified version. Next let's move on to mesh number 2. Okay, and here you can see that there are 3 components, 2 resistors and 1 current source. We can easily get the voltage drop across 2 resistors, but what about the current source? What is the voltage drop across the current source? It is hard to get it. So what we do is, we have to go for one analysis, that is super mesh analysis, which means we have to get a super mesh over here, and it is got by removing the current source. Okay, if you have a current source in between 2 loops, if we remove it off, we get the super mesh. Okay, means it will be just like, if I rub this out, now we can say that this loop, okay, this is a mesh which is called super mesh. Okay, here we have to get the KVL expression. Okay, let us follow the same method, that is let us follow firstly let us follow the I2 current path, which means I2 is hitting the positive terminal. Here we have to assume that the current direction is like this, which means positive to negative, downside to upper side, isn't it? So it is like negative, and since we are focusing on mesh number 2, okay, we have to write I2 minus I1, which means I2 will be dominating if we focus on mesh number 2. I2 minus I1 is the current, and what about the resistor? It is 40 ohms, isn't it? And what about here? I2 went on through this 40 ohm and it reached 20 ohm resistor. So here again the current is flowing from right to left. So whenever you face the resistor, you have to start with a negative and go for its resistance value. Also its current is I2. Okay. Now we are not going this way because we have removed it off. Just get enter to the 30 ohm resistor. Here also the current is flowing like this, isn't it? So it is having a negative and the resistor. Also, what about the current here? Here you have to write I3. Okay, don't get confused that it is a series connection and we are having two different currents, because it is a manipulation, isn't it? Super mesh is actually a method to proceed with our calculations, because we get stuck if you do not know the voltage drop across the current source. So super mesh is actually a manipulation we have here. Okay, so it is negative 30 I3 and finally the current passes through this 20 ohm, which is minus 20 I3. So here comes your KVL expression for the super mesh. Now reduce it on. So this is the reduced expression, and you can see here that actually here we had a 5 ampere current source, isn't it? And you can get another expression also, because we have only equation number 1 and 2, but we have 3 unknowns. So it is, equations are insufficient, isn't it? So we have to get another equation also. Actually it is got from this current source. That is, you can see that current source gives out a current to upward direction, isn't it? Which means our I3 is going in upward direction, but I2 is resisting it. So we can write like I3 minus I2 is going to be 5 ampere. Okay, this is actually got from current source. Okay, got from current source. So this is your equation number 3. So you have 3 equations and 3 unknowns. So you can easily put it into a calculator and get the values for I1, I2 and I3. And here is your values, I1, I2 and I3. Okay, so it actually, this negative implies that the assumed direction was reversed, must be reversed. That is, here it is negative 1.8. So our actual current direction is like this, and negative 2.95. I2 must be like this way, and here I3 is a positive value. So this direction stays the same. So that's all for today's session. If you got any doubts, please do comment below. Also, I have opened the Telegram channel for you. You can find the link in the description box. And till we meet in the next class, this is Meenu signing off. Thank you and take care.